Hello, my name is Lindsay Vargas, and I'm here to introduce WalkDenver's marketing plan. First, I'd like to tell you a little about WalkDenver. WalkDenver is a nonprofit organization dedicated to making the streets of Denver safer for those who use alternative methods of transportation, such as walking, cycling, and public transportation. They also advocate for better street designs that will improve safety and accessibility for those with disabilities. The organization works closely with the City and County of Denver to help push through policies that would benefit their mission. Currently, WalkDenver only has 2 employees, Jill Locantore, Executive Director, and Jessica Vargas, Program Coordinator. The office is located in the Alliance Center in downtown Denver. Most marketing plans are created to sell specific products. WalkDenver's is a little different because they have no physical product to sell. Instead, they are selling an idea and lifestyle. The product is their mission to improve the streets of Denver to make them safer and more enjoyable for those using alternative forms of transportation. Selling this product is much more difficult because it is difficult to collect accurate data to show areas that need improvement. And once minor improvements have been made, it's difficult to collect data on those benefits as well. Because of this, it is important that WalkDenver can be as specific as possible when describing the potential benefits of these improvements. This will help highlight the need for the product and for the organization as a whole. They are also selling the organization. In order for them to accomplish their mission, WalkDenver needs support from the public, as well as volunteers for their projects. To make these events and projects a success, WalkDenver needs their audience to attend. WalkDenver should have 2 goals. The first should be a financial goal of receiving 2 additional grants equaling $10,000 by June 2019. As a nonprofit, WalkDenver runs purely on grants, so financial goals are slightly more difficult to set for them. Since there are only 2 employees of the organization, it's difficult to qualify for larger grants because they do not have the manpower to fulfill all the grant requirements. The second goal should be a non-financial goal of increasing traffic to the website by 20% by June 2019. This goal will help WalkDenver not only increase their website traffic, but also promote the organization and the work they do. Traffic is not the only target they should focus on, as a lot of traffic could be accidental and lead to a high bounce rate. WalkDenver should also focus on the longevity of each visit. All of this will help WalkDenver to become more well-known among the public, which not only increases awareness, but could also help to get the public involved in the organization's work. Here's a quick need to know. In most industries, it is important to know who the competition is and what makes them competitive. Being a nonprofit, WalkDenver is slightly different. They don't have competition, but allies who are working toward the same goal. Some of these allies include Bike Denver, Bicycle Colorado, and Walk to Connect. All of these organizations are working to make Denver a safer, more enjoyable place to walk and bike. Now we should talk about WalkDenver's audience. After all, the work the organization does is for and benefits the WalkDenver's target audience is twofold. First, they should target those who rely on alternative forms of transportation and use them regularly. This is the demographic that WalkDenver aims to help the most. Engaging this audience could lead to more advocates and more volunteers for the organization's events. The second audience that should be targeted are policymakers. Enticing government officials to help provide the necessary support, both financially and legislatively, can be difficult and needs to go beyond just a quick informational meeting. The easiest way to get this audience involved is to show how the organization's work would directly affect these policymakers, whether personally or professionally. With the help of these government officials, more of the legislative and policy changes WalkDenver works toward could potentially be approved. WalkDenver needs to be cautious to not focus solely on the athletic, able-bodied consumers within this audience. Using part of their marketing strategy to target the disabled, children, or even adults who are barely learning or beginning to use alternative transportation would be helpful as well. This audience could help provide a point of view that many do not consider when thinking of alternative transportation. Next is promotion, which will describe how WalkDenver should gain awareness from their target audience. Of the 4 elements included in the promotion mix, WalkDenver should utilize 2. The first is advertising, which should be used 2 ways. The first is in person. They should be wearing shirts embossed with their logo, have their banners flying, and be talking about the work they do to those attending these events. If WalkDenver is sponsoring the event, this is a lot easier to do, but even on events they are simply attending, talking about WalkDenver and something as simple as wearing their t-shirt could really help to draw in a wider audience. The second way is online. They should redesign their website to be more user-friendly and eye-catching. They should also heavily utilize social media. These are the perfect channels to advertise events, projects, policies they're trying to push, etc., with visuals that draw in the audience. This also allows for the chance to do a little paid promotion and get their visuals in front of people who may have never seen them before. The second element WalkDenver should apply is public relations. WalkDenver builds their brand on being small but mighty, and giving personalized attention to anyone who wishes to engage with them. Social media networks are perfect for this kind of engagement. In addition to using Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, which are great platforms for their type of work, LinkedIn and Nextdoor could offer a chance to reach an audience, both professional and local, that they may not have been able to reach before. Utilizing these online networks would help WalkDenver raise awareness, gain support, and build a wider network of their own. Having a promotion strategy for a target audience means nothing if there's no way to measure the success or failures of the plan. The best way for WalkDenver to measure if they reach or miss their goals is to use key performance indicators, or KPIs. As a reminder, goal number 1 was a financial goal. WalkDenver will receive 2 additional grants equaling $10,000 by June 2019. 2 KPIs should be used to measure this. The first is to increase the number of grants applied to in a fiscal year. Although applying to more grants may not necessarily be the solution, as WalkDenver could be given a grant they had previously applied for, it is still important to track this metric to see if this could be a contributing factor. The second KPI is to increase the amount of money received per grant in a fiscal year. This metric is obviously important as it will be able to determine if the monetary goal increase was met. It will also help to show whether WalkDenver is likely to receive more grants that give smaller amounts or fewer grants that give larger amounts. The second goal was non-financial. WalkDenver will increase traffic to the website by 20% by June 2019. 2 KPIs should be used to measure this goal as well. The first is to increase the amount of clicks to, page views, and length of time spent on the Our Work page. It is important to not focus on the amount of visitors to the home page because that may not be the reason a visitor is on the site, and it usually has the highest bounce rate. This page tells the visitor that WalkDenver does and tells what WalkDenver does and shows that the visitor is interested in learning more about the organization. The second KPI is to increase the amount of clicks to, page views, and length of time spent on the events calendar page. The events calendar could attract potential supporters and encourage them to volunteer with the organization. Tracking this KPI could show an increase in support for the organization and which events are bringing in more supporters. All of these KPIs for both goals should be checked once a quarter to see where WalkDenver succeeded and where they still need to improve. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation of WalkDenver's marketing plan.